Hey Facebook, hey YouTube, hey alopecians out there in the world. I'm Ashley and this is The Remix. Today I want to talk to you guys about wig or no wig. To wear a wig or not to wear a wig? That is the question of the day. And I need to do a little makeup. So I have no makeup on right now. And I'm going to start by putting a little cream on my clean fingertips, and then we're going to use a brush to blend it in. And then I want to talk about wigs. So let's get into it. So if you have alopecia, if you're suffering from it, if you have been at any point in your life, there comes a time, this is how I do my foundation, guys, and make sure it's very even. There comes a time throughout the alopecia journey process where you say to yourself, okay, my hair is starting to get really thin. It's time for me to get a wig. Like, I need to start thinking about this. And it's something that's very hard because it means that you're losing more and more of your hair. So you're already disappointed and upset. And now you've got to figure out what options do you have, in your arsenal to make yourself feel better. So the first one, the automatic one that everyone goes to is, I'm going to go get a wig. Sounds great. And I, for a long time, did not wear a wig. I would not try one. I was convinced that my hair was coming back. And I wore hats, like these little hats you see me wear all the time. Like these little hats. And I just wore hats, and then I wore summer hats. And I didn't want to interfere with it growing back. But then it came a time where I had to finally say to myself, okay, what if I need a wig just in case of an emergency? And you might be saying, what kind of an emergency would you need a wig for? But for those people in my family that don't know, and for those friends that don't know, I thought, what if there's a wedding? Or what if there's a funeral? What if there's somewhere I need to go and I need to have a wig ready to go? So, having never done anything except for playing with wigs for Halloween, let's check this out. I took myself down to our local wig store. And yes, I'm lucky enough that we have a wig store here. And I was really nervous at first. And, excuse me, guys. I was really nervous at first because I've never been in a wig store. I didn't know what to expect. The ladies were really helpful. But my natural hair was blonde and it was curly. Like, it could be straightened, but it was blonde and curly. So I wanted to find a blonde wig, either curly or straight, just that looked natural. So I bought an expensive blonde Remy hair wig, which, as y'all know, they cost a fortune, around $1,000. And they fitted me for it, and there was a very limited selection. So they fitted me for it, and it had like long sort of bangs, and I wanted those trimmed. So I took it to a hairstylist and had them cut the bangs, and I put it on, and I was happy with myself for a couple of days. But I found that I couldn't wear it very long. It really bothered my hair and my head, and it itched. So at this point, I'm still wearing hats. I'm not rocking my baldness at all. This blue is really pretty. And by the way, I'm wearing it because my t-shirt came in. I wear blue for alopecia. I know that y'all have seen this, a lot of you out there in the alopecia community. Totally worth it. Love the t-shirt, or tank top, I guess I should say. Okay, so we're wearing blue for alopecia awareness. But getting a wig so I got it fitted and I got it trimmed and all the things that they tell you to do to make it perfect, but I still didn't feel like it looked like me. I still thought my old hair is better than this. And at the time I was working with 3 and 4-year-olds every day and it was just not feasible to wear a wig. So I held on to my wig and I thought, you know what, guys, I'll wear it when I go out somewhere fun in public, like if I go to a comedy show or something with my friends or my husband, I'll wear it then. And so I kept trying to wear it, but every part of me just kept screaming, take that off, take that off. Like, it itches, it's hot, I live in the South. I have a 1.5-year-old baby, or not a baby anymore, but a 1.5-year-old who's like, who is this person? And also likes to grab it and pull things off. So at some point, I just decided, I don't know if I'm a wig person or not. And what it's come down to is I still, now that I'm completely done wearing, I wear my hats when I get cold, but I don't wear them because I'm embarrassed, if that makes sense. I wear them if I'm cold or whatever, if I'm going to walk the dogs out and it's chilly in the morning. But I don't want to wear a wig. It itches. And when I see the alopecia forums, I have a lot of people that are either, determined on getting the best wig that they can find, or they are having wigs made, or they're, there's those people, and then there's the people that have already accepted their baldness. And I think regardless of whether you wear a wig or not, you need to learn to accept your baldness, because there may come a time when you can't wear that wig for some reason. Case in point, I had a wig on when I was pregnant, and I ended up passing out due to dehydration at work, and they had to take me in an ambulance, and so it fell off immediately, and there was nothing I could do about it. They didn't put it back on me, but I was okay with my baldness, and at that point, I didn't care. So I think everyone needs to come to terms with their baldness. Even if you're a wig wearer, even if you're like, I'm gonna wear wigs, die hard until the day that I die, because I always thought that that's who I would be. And it turns out they're not for me. I've tried many different kinds. I've got fun colors. I recommend, if you're going to buy one, rather than go out and purchase an extremely expensive one, that you first try some cheaper ones and maybe see what style you really like. Because this is a cheaper one. I got it off Amazon. It's like lavender. And to me, this one, it doesn't tangle very much. It actually says like anti-tangle wig or something. And it works a lot better because you don't have to worry about constantly trying to get the tangles out and brush it or shampoo it or any of that nonsense. And so I went on Amazon and found that purple wig. And then I also have a few more just for fun. Like, I keep trying to make myself want to wear a wig, but myself is like, you don't want to wear a wig. But for some reason, I keep trying. So I have, let's see. This one, which needs to be brushed out. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Needs to be brushed out. But this one looks 1,000 times more like myself. So Out of all the ones, even though this one needs to be brushed out and has some issues right now, out of all the ones that I found, this one was the golden ticket. It's also a non-tangle wig. And as you can see, it's just a little tangly up top. Underneath, it's really still intact together. But yeah, this is what I would look like normally. I had my hair was this long, this blonde, and this curly, naturally. Let's say like nutmeg. And I know it changes your appearance completely. But after a while, the itching starts for me, and the wanting to play with it, and the wanting it to be like real hair. And it's just not. It's not gonna be like, even if it is real human hair, Remy hair, it is not going to feel like your hair that you once had, if that makes sense to y'all. So, to wig or not to wig? That is the question. Let me just show y'all. Wig, no wig. And it took me a long time to be able to do that. It took me about 2 years. So if you're just starting this journey, don't be like, holy cow, she has amazing self-confidence and I could never do that. No, it took a while. It took a long while. And I will show you some update though. I do have hair growing, you guys. There's some, you can't really see, there's some in the back. You can't really see because of the mirror. I don't have eyes in the back of my head, but right here, taking Allegra, taking Vytorin, which is a cholesterol medicine. For my dermatologist, I don't have an issue with cholesterol, but I'm taking it short term to see if it works or not. And hopefully it will. It's starting to. I have the little hair that could, and it's trying and it's trying. But when it comes to wigs, I would say be prepared, do your research about them, try the cheap ones before you go out and buy a really expensive one, and figure out if it's something that you're wearing for other people or you're wearing for yourself. Because I'm not going to put on a wig for somebody else just to make somebody else feel better. But if I'm putting it on to make me feel better, that's a whole different story. And I highly recommend, if it makes you feel better, wear a wig all day long. Wear a wig till the day you die. But for me, no wig is the answer, at least for right now. We'll see what societal pressures come along as my son gets older. But I see staying true to myself 100%. I really do. I cannot say that at this point, 5 years in, 5 or 6 years in to this crazy, completely bald journey, I've finally figured out what matters. And hair, honestly, is not it. And no wig is going to bring back that same feeling that you had. So try, if you can, even if you're a wig wearer, even if you're one who wears the wigs, even if you're one of those, that's fabulous and I applaud you. But try to find your bald self beautiful as well, because eventually you might have to, and eventually you might want to, and that's the great thing. We're all in a different journey of acceptance with our hair loss, and it's hard for everyone. And I just want you guys to know that I'm here for you day and night. I will be here. If you have any questions, let me know. I love you guys. Stay strong, alopecians. Have a happy, happy day, and decide for yourself to wig or not to wig. I love you guys. Bye.